All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do root well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, to the hopeful elect in the 1/3. And Adon Ratazah, this lesson will be edifying as well as exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. And the Wadi Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And I want to title it something along the lines of the human experience is vanity. Okay? The current human experience in Babylon is garbage, it's trash, and it's nothing but the flesh. And we do not want to be consumed by this vain human experience that Esau, Edom, has deceived the world into being a lord or wandering after. And when you look around, everyone around you, one way or another, are consumed or being consumed by this quote-unquote human experience, which at the end of the day, they're going to realize that it was all vanity. Okay, now I want to go into Ecclesiastes, and I want to start at verse 1. This is Ecclesiastes 1:1. The words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. Okay, now this is King Solomon, who is Yahweh Shai. Okay, if you can receive it. It says, vanity of vanities. Babylon is vanity of vanities. All right, and you have to understand that. When you look around at these people, what they pride themselves in, what they give their life over to, is nothing but vainness, emptiness. Let's actually go just into the word vain. Matter of fact, let's go into the etymon. All right, when you go to the online etymon, let's put vanity. All right, let's put vanity in. Look, vanity of vanities, saith the preacher. See? Let me see here. Vanity. Okay. Vacant. Vain. Right. Come to naught. Meaning it's pointless. Look. Vain glory. That's exactly what Babylon is full of. Vain glory. Like winning the NBA championship. 1, that's idolatry. And 2, it's vain glory. And 3, people will wander after you because of vain glory. So Babylon, look, idle, fruitless, empty, void. Okay, we can't be fruitless. We can't be void. We can't be aimless. Okay, we can't be none of these things. But this is what the culture of Babylon has created for the creature. Prophecy, okay, this is prophetic, but we can't be swept up in it. You can't be wooed by it. And when you look at the average person, the influencer, the podcasters, okay, they're just vain. They're here today and ultimately gone tomorrow. Okay, now let's go back to this. And real quick, you know what? Let me see something. What does Wisdom of Solomon? Let me see. Can I get 2 of these? Okay. Hopefully we'll go back to John 15. Let me go to Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. I want to see what. Oops. Excuse me. I want to see what. Let me go back. All right. Sections. Go here. All right. Damn, my fingers. Bear with me. I wanted. There's a precept that came to mind, and I believe it's the 5th chapter. And it speaks about how pretty much man is as dust. Let me see. I think it's 12. Just a second. Yep, look at this. Look at this. Yep. Wisdom of Solomon 5:13. It says, even so we, in like manner, as soon as we were born, began to draw to our end. See? So Babylon makes you live in the here and now. Babylon promotes what they call FOMO, fear of missing out. No, we're not missing out. We are on the end. You're just surrounded by people and spells that has consumed the minds of the masses to make them, through vain glory, believe that what they have is better than what you have. We are actually in a secret place, okay? We are actually, and what we are doing is not vain. Remember, Apostle Paul said our labor is not in vain. Okay, so what we're doing is ultimately not going to be in vain. Now, let me get this precept real quick. This is 1 Corinthians. Or is it 2nd? Yep. 1 Corinthians. Hold on. 1 Corinthians 15. Okay, you got people giving their bodies, their minds, their children over to vanity, man. 1 Corinthians 15 and 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. Right. Like, I get it. You have to work. I'm at work right now. I'm literally at the plantation right now. And I have to find ways to get around vanity so I could do something that's not vain. Okay. While surrounded by people that their job is to watch, patrol. Okay. And that's all vain. Man is vain by nature, as it says in Wisdom of Solomon 13. So you have to understand the average person you deal with, they are vain by nature. Okay. They're not deep. They're not trying to be deep. They can maybe fix a car, but they're not in a position to lead. That's why you go from Sirach 38 to Sirach 39. Okay. You're dealing with a lot of vain people and their opinions don't matter. So don't have a vain conversation with them. Always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. So our work is not emptiness. Okay. A nigga running for 2,000 yards is vainglory. All right. When you think about things, okay, excuse me, this architect can get glory for building this building, but prophecy says that it's going to fall down. So at the end of the day, we can't get caught up with the vain parade of glory that this human experience is trying to force down your throat. And the average person that you deal with, all they want is vainness. All they want is emptiness. All right. These people are losers. These people are low level and they're nobodies. OK, from fast food to the business, to the White House, to government, to federal, to state government. It's all low level, man. All these people are is low level. All Esau has is Babel. Do not allow confusion to consume you in this human experience. Trust me, they are not winning. They are just empty vessels that are filled with pride to try to walk with pomp in front of you. All right. Understand that and remember that. Now watch. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 13. Even so we, in like manner, as soon as we were born, began to draw to our end. So what do you think we should be doing? Being a living sacrifice. This is why the time remaining in the flesh should be to the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. The time remaining in this wretched body, okay, should be to Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. Let me see. I'm quoting it, but I just want to see if I can get it. It actually might be in Peter's. Yep. Let me see something real quick. Let me get it together now. Let's go to 1 Peter's 4. All right. 1 Peter's 4. See, 1 Peter's 4 and 2. Starting at 1. For as much then as Hamashiach has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin. So suffering, all right, can actually save you. Okay. That he no longer, and these people don't suffer. Okay. That's one thing I know. These people, they're all pampered. Okay. They're all pampered. You know, they get their Amazons, their Prime, you know, they get their offices cleaned. All right. They get catered to. They get titles. Okay. But they're weak. What are they doing for society? Vain. They ain't doing nothing real for the world. They ain't doing nothing for the Lord. See, who's working for you? How about Shemal Shai? Now, we don't brag or boast in it, but in situations of talking points like this, we got to call a spade a spade. Wait a minute. At the end of the day, I don't care that you won Heisman. Are you serving the Lord? Are you serving the creator of the heavens and the earth? And it says, verse 2, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lusts of men, but to the will of Yahweh. So when you look around at these people, they ain't doing shit real. Okay, you're living your life. You're living your life according to Babylon. You got people that are living sacrifice to Babylon. Okay, you got people that are living sacrifice to their family, to their wife, to their sons, you know, to their job, to the dollar, to that talisman, to Satan, you know. So spiritually, F them, man. Okay, this human experience is vanity. It's flesh and it's trash, and I don't want nothing to do with it. Okay, I'm actually annoyed with these people. That's why there's a term that Elder Apostle Gabar goes into called misanthrope. Okay, now I could attempt to spell it. All right. I could attempt to spell it. But the word misanthrope pretty much means you despise these humans. All right. Not just because they're a human, but the fickle, low base level mindset of humans. All right. You know, and for brothers out there, yeah, it's our what you call God-given right to have a woman. But right now, women are vain, man. Okay. You know, hey, shout out to the sisters. We know there's 1/3. But to be set up and made as a watchman, to be given this mind and understand the task at hand and what a woman wants to do compared to this walk, it is vain. You know, it's just date night. You know, I get it. But at the end of the day, like, it's vain. All right. We have so-called fun. We have our downtime. But the times that we are in, we can't get caught up in always downtime and flesh and just rubbing feet. Yeah, it may feel good, but we need spiritual soundness and spiritual completion, because this human experience is weaponized against you. The flesh is weaponized against you. And all Babylon in this world gives you is the flesh. Wisdom of Solomon 5:13, it says, and no sign of virtue to shew, right, but we're consumed in our own wickedness. So we can't be consumed in the wickedness that Babylon is making bank off of. It makes bank off of vanity, fidget spinners. You know what I mean? I could go on and on about the vanity that Babylon is consuming the creatures in. Verse 14, for the hope of the ungodly is like dust that is blown away with the wind, like a thin froth that is driven away with the storm, like as the smoke which is dispersed here and there with a tempest, and passeth away as the remembrance of a guest that tarrieth but a day. So when you look at the average person, shit, the average ass you lust after, let's just be real, we're men, okay? See, we're not like these other camps, all right? Yahweh Bashmel Shai Bashimar Kakwadash has blessed us with the ability to be in reality while speaking through the Holy Spirit, okay? So the average thing that you may be tempted by or lust after is here today and gone tomorrow, man, okay? So don't let the human experience distract you with the red dress. Verse 15, but the righteous live evermore, their reward also is with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High. All right. Oh, look, therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom. What do you receive here, brothers? You receive vanity. All right. You're underpaid and overworked. All right. You're unappreciated. You're not given, you know, the respect that you deserve. OK, you're actually used more. The prophets are abused. OK, the average family man is not respected. His children disrespect him. His wife can't see the wisdom because she's got demons on her. So she thinks he's controlling. OK, it's vain. OK, it's vain. What do you receive here? A used box. OK, and then you try to build up what comes out of it while fighting Babylon even more, man. We are not bitter. All right. We're not miserable. OK. All right. We have spiritual peace, but we have spiritual peace because we understand the current condition that we are in. So we don't get consumed by the human experience. And now you're just sitting there, this big ass 6'2", 220-pound Jake at a little tea table with your daughter, drinking tea. You know, come on, man. This is serious, man. It's serious business that we're involved in. Don't let that human experience of vanity consume you, God. You know, peace to the gods. All right. Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom. Babylon is not a glorious kingdom. It's a queendom, and it ain't glorious. All right. And in our kingdom, we rule. We're authority. We're not even authority here, man. That's why we push so hard for brothers to be in order in the camps, because that's where we have spiritual power at. That's why men get kicked out, because if you are acting how people act in Babylon, we don't want you in the camp. All right. And I always say this, how women act, they'd be kicked out the camp. You see what happened to Miriam? She actually got kicked out the camp for like 7 days. So get right. It says, in a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. That's what I want. I don't want a check from Edom. I don't want no bitch ass talisman reparation money from Edom. Okay. I don't want some used ass fucking box from Edom. It says, for with his right hand shall he cover them. That's Yahushai. And with his arm shall he protect them. That's what we're waiting on. You know, that's ultimately what we're waiting on. Now let's go back to John 15. All right. And it's all in the spirit, because I had a whole different direction I was going to go. But I had to start this lesson over because some vain ass Edomite doing his job. All right. Is walking around watching me, you know, so I had to move spots. It's all good, though, because at the end of the day, this is of the Lord, man. All right. Right here. Let's hold that. It's all good. This is actually bringing out more edification. Ecclesiastes 1 and I believe 9. No, Ecclesiastes 1 and let me see. Yeah, Ecclesiastes 1 and 14. This is spirit we're in. It says, I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. So at the end of the day, this human experience is a vexation to our spirit. The human experience right now is a vexation to our spirit. Hence why we don't want nothing to do with it. Nahum 3, now check this out. Nahum 3 and 4. And why is it vexation of spirit? Because of the multitudes of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot. Okay? The whoredoms that we have to deal with and see and watch, you know? The mistress of witchcraft that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcraft. So at the end of the day, even our own families can be compromised or are compromised because of this well-favored harlot. They don't look at her the way you look at her. Okay? They look at her as well-favored. All right? No matter what you rebuke, no matter what you bring out, the wine of Babylon will always be burped up by the people in the conversation that you're bringing out. This is why it says, love not the world. Excuse me. This is why it says, love not the world. And let me get that. You can't love this world. All right? You can't love this world. This is 1 John. All right? Especially us as men. Okay? Because we are designed in our spirit to be leaders. All right? We're designed to be world leaders. So we're spiritually oppressed here. Okay? 1 John 2 and 15, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Why? Because it's vain. Because it's trash. Because it's a evil lust. All right? It's a temporal, vain temptation. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So this is why we get on worldly Israelites. This is why we warn you, because it's a spell. It's a demon. Okay? It's a demon. Just like it's a demon with long hair. There's a fitted demon. There's a Christian demon. You know? There's demons that are being used to get you. So don't let this demonic human experience suck you back in. People lust after an office job, you know? They lust after the dollar, well, loving the dollar, you know? They lose sleep over it. And then what does it get you in the end? Nothing. Look at men that go to war for Babylon. What has it done for them? What has it done for them? You know? What is being a full-time father devoted to this one woman? What has it done to you? You seen that weirdo nigga K-Dub? If you know, you know. But this dude used to come against the prophets, and now he got kicked out of his Edomite church for talking to another woman online. Man, you trying to tell me as a man what I can do with my rod? Now, we live a righteous spirit life. We not committing no wickedness, but you trying to tell me how many women I can have? All right? Nah, man. This is a vain-ass life, and we're constantly being lorded over here. I'm tired of this human experience, okay? This human experience is garbage. This human experience has servants ruling over lords, man, okay? And it says, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, ass, leggings, titties. It's some bullshit, man. Yeah, children trying to rule over us, you know? Children getting more positions than us. That's why this plate, man, don't give into this shit. Let these people have them. Let them have the human experience. The human experience was once washed away, and soon the human experience is about to get burned. The lust of the eyes, adultery, you know? You got a chick, you got a woman, but what happens at work? See? And the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passes away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of Yahweh abideth forever. Exactly. Let's go to this. So while we are waiting, this world that's of the flesh and not of the spirit, how do they treat you? Of John 15:18. If the world hate you because you're not vain, because you're not in the flesh, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. So this same current world that don't mess with you, this same world didn't mess with Yahushai. So why would you want to be in a world that doesn't accept Yahushai? Why would you want that world to accept you? You have to grow in the spirit to understand that. If ye were of the world would love his own. This is why the world don't rock with you, okay? Rude to you, okay? Doesn't respect you, inconsiderate to you, see? But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. So at the end of the day, you understand why the world treats you the way it does, treats the truth the way it does, treats your belief or opinion or thought process the way it does, because this world is not conducive. It's contrary to the way of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. It's against the image that was set up from the beginning, hence why there's a new image, all right? This ancient, wicked Roman Empire is what the world revolves around now. You see, the pagan Roman Empire. So you got to understand this current human experience is trash under these humans, okay? But the human experience is going to change into our favor when the righteous are in authority. And that's when they rejoice. That's when we rejoice. So just know that this human experience is trash. Do not give into it. Do not be consumed by it. And do not let it control you. Do not let this current human experience control you, okay? So I'm going to leave it there. I got to go back to the plantation. I pray this lesson was edifying and exhorting. And I just want to say, call halal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to my elders and apostles and bishops of Great Millstone that do well. Peace and salutation to the Lord's elect. With that being said, Shalom.